Thank you. Please. So I have one question to ask all of you. My question is this. How many of you are now ready to get out of your own chairs, so to speak, and stand up to the challenges and the opportunities that you're experiencing in your life, being in the insurance industry, and maybe take action in ways you've never thought about taking action? But sometimes, though, it's hard to stand back up again and again and again when you've been knocked down in your own health by your competition, in a relationship. The next time you're knocked down, don't let your mindset become your biggest handicap. How? One way I've learned is by asking better questions. And what I mean by that is this. The martial arts teaches you never to lose the ability to play the part of being a student of your industry, your craft, a student of personal and professional development and growth. And they also encourage you to ask questions like, what don't I know? What am I missing? And what can I practice next? I quickly began to realize that these what questions allowed me to see life from an entirely different perspective. My challenges from an entirely different perspective. I share that with you because the first question I asked myself when I was first paralyzed, why? Why in God's name did this have to happen to me? You ever find yourself asking those why questions when you're frustrated, you're discouraged, when you just delivered the best presentation to one of your clients or a prospect and they rejected you? The next time you ask those why questions, notice as I did, they don't offer you a solution. And that's when I began to realize that the questions we should be asking ourselves during the tough times are, what can I learn and what can I gain by embracing adversity as opposed to resisting it? And the next time you do that, notice how asking the what questions keeps moving you forward into your future. Don't give up on your corporate purpose for your company, your shared values, and your mission to always do what is right for your client by putting them on the right product, in some cases for a lesser commission. And don't ever stop believing in yourself or your willingness to master new skills. I never did, nor should you. That day, ironically enough, I beat John by 2 shots. I beat him. But how'd I beat him? Same way you can beat your competition. Focus more on your strengths than your weaknesses. Focus on your industry knowledge, your expertise, and the long-term value proposition you know you can offer your clients. And if there's one thing that I love about golf, it is this. Even if you don't play, you got a choice while you're out there. You can compete with yourself or you can compete with each other. But we all know that you are your toughest competitor, right? Yeah? Before my life-changing accident, I thought for sure I would carve out a career in the banking industry. After my life-changing accident, a really good friend of mine, an agent in the insurance and financial industry with Northwestern Mutual Life, said, Scott, look, if you want to turn lemons into lemonade, why don't you consider becoming an agent and specializing in life and disability insurance planning? So I thought about it and made a decision to enter the industry. And like all of you here today, I was taught early on, if you want to be successful and grow your business each and every year, you have to have empathy. You have to ask those good questions to get people thinking about their financial future. You got to build trust, and you got to be open to new ideas. I decided to stretch my vision when I was first there. I wanted to see if I could qualify for the $1 Million Round Table. And I can tell you this, it took 5 years to turn that dream into a reality. So I qualified for the $1 Million Round Table. I attended the conference in Dallas, Texas, where Lyle Blessman was president, and I heard some amazing speakers on the stage. And when I left MDRT, I had so many notes from the breakout sessions, the keynote speakers. All I wanted to do was go back and implement those new ideas and take my production to another level. The only problem was, when I got back, I was involved in a second automobile accident. But that accident forced me out of the business for 9 months. My goal was to get back in the business, and I was working so hard. But then I started thinking to myself, I saw some amazing overcoming adversity speakers at MDRT and other conferences, and I heard a voice in the back of my mind, Scott, maybe you might want to share your story with the world. So long story short, I made a decision to create a whole new vision for my future when I was on top of my game, to leave the insurance and financial industry to become a speaker, and it took the right mindset and a lot of grit to make that happen. And as a speaker, I've had the opportunity of traveling all over the world. And what I continue to learn through this experience is the strength in creating a global mindset, a mindset that gets you thinking bigger on your own behalf, your company's behalf, and those customers that you serve 24/7, and how by scaling your efforts, blending cultures, and embracing diversity can create unforeseen opportunity for you and as the company that you may represent. So the way I see it, don't be afraid to put yourself out there, to go with what scares you, to be vulnerable. When you find that kind of passion in your life as an insurance professional, it can be infectious in the driving force to putting your own vision, mindset, and grit into action.